y'all. It's Pops. How you been? I ain't seen you in a few days. Come on in. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Actually, you know, I am more and more just all by myself. I don't wanna be. Yeah, I do, really. I like being by myself. There's nothing wrong with that. I am batching it tonight. And it's not that nobody lives here, it's just nobody sticks around. My son-in-law is up north someplace. My daughter's got a party to go to. So we're doing a bachelor meal tonight. And I'm telling you this, if you are single, you do not have to eat badly. You can still eat good. You think, oh, I'm by myself, let's grab a hamburger. No, you can do something good, quality, that doesn't make you sick, that you can really do pretty simply. We're going to do that tonight. Tonight we're going to make some simple spaghetti and meatballs, and I'm going to show you how I throw it together. And of course, I'm not going to begin to tell you that I'm anywhere close to Italiano. I'm not Italian. I used to play one on TV, but I'm not. Anyway, so we're going to do that. We're going to do a beautiful marinara sauce right here, and we'll come back in just a few moments and show you a few of our ingredients as we put this together. All right, kids, here we are for these lovely ingredients. And of course, you're not going to really make any kind of a marinara without some tomatoes, but I'm not going with these huge, gotta cook them down all day kind of things. I'm going with these small salad style tomatoes because they're easier. They break down a lot quicker. They're going to add some beautiful color, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do there. I've got some cloves of garlic because I'm lazy and I don't want to peel them myself. I've got an onion there, which I'll probably use about half of that. I've got some just regular store-bought pasta. Now, I season with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and this is not definitely on the Italian agenda, but Tony Chacher's Cajun seasoning. It's a nice red pepper, and it adds a little pump to it. I will use some red pepper flakes, which I didn't even put down here. I probably should. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm cheating. Store-bought meatballs, which I'm going to throw into my oven and let them roast. You see over there some butter. I actually have that out for cookies I'm going to make later. But I will get a couple of tablespoons of butter that I'll throw into my sauce. You can actually, now a lot of people I know, because of the really strong tomato taste, they'll throw sugar in their sauce. I don't do that because I'm diabetic and we don't need the extra sugar. It's bad enough that I'm eating the pasta. So what I do instead, I'll throw a couple of tablespoons of butter in there. It cuts the acidity and it just smooths the sauce out. It's so nice. And we'll go through all of that when we get to our preparation time. Show you some of this. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. I can't. Okay, so literally, I'm taking a half of this onion, okay? I'm gonna chop it into quarters, just like this. Skin's still on it. No, I'm not fighting with that mess and peeling it. I'm gonna take that outer layer off anyway, because it's usually thick and not really fun to eat. So I just take that outside off real quick. And now, my onion, just give it a little slice. So everybody gets really nervous about the way I slice onions because I keep my fingers in there like you're supposed to use your knuckle. I know. I've been doing this for 700 years. I'm an old person. It's not going to work out. I'm not changing my stripes. Not at this late date. If it bothers you, sorry. And really, that's about all the onion you need. I don't need my onion chopped super small because I like onions. I don't care. If you don't like it, I guess that's all you, boo-boo. Got this brand new pack of peeled garlic. Picked it up at the supermarket today. And I'm just going to coarsely chop about, 4 bulbs of that, or 4 cloves of that. Not a whole bulb, dang, we would never be able to be around humans ever again. Yeah, my people would not enjoy that very much. So, again, I don't like garlic to be in super large pieces, even though it is going to cook down, so I probably will do a little more chopping with that. As far as the tomatoes, it's a very simple prep on this. So, like literally, I'm cutting them in half, the large ones, and cutting them in quarters. When we get down to these small tomatoes, I'm simply just cutting them in half. And we got these beautiful color, orange, yellow, beautiful. And so this is where we're going to throw it in. And that's part of the key to this not taking a super long time to cook down, in that we'll cut all of those up like that. I'll fry that onion first. get it nice and toasty, add a little bit of that garlic and just let it for just a few minutes begin to become, kind of flavorful. We'll add our seasonings and let them toast up probably around the same time, and then we'll begin to add those tomatoes and cook them down, all at the same time that the meatballs are toasting in the oven. So we'll come right back and we'll jump into actually constructing this in the pan. So we got our well salted water, and I mean well salted water, for our pasta going right over here, and I've got my pan right back here ready to get started. I'm going to start out with some olive oil. So a little bit of olive oil, a couple of turns in the pan, not a big deal. I'm going to put this on a relatively high heat to start out with, and then we'll back it down when we go into the tomatoes. I definitely don't want to burn the garlic, but this garlic is raw garlic, so it's not going to be as susceptible to burning as other things. But that's the first thing I'm going to put in. And if you'll notice, I've already got my tomatoes all chopped up. My onions are right here. We'll go ahead and put this in. There's my meatballs coming to temperature. I'm roasting those in the oven, and could I cook them in this? Yes. But I like that crispy outer shell that you get when you roast them. And yes, I do make my own meatballs. It's really great, and I love to do that. But I'm by myself right now. I don't really want to sit here and be smashing up ground beef just for one little person. So store-bought is fine. It doesn't hurt anything. It'd be really nice. So I'm going to get my little wooden spoon here and just begin to coat this onion in the oil. And once this starts frying, we'll come back, we'll add our garlic, and we'll add our tomatoes and begin to cook this down. So you're really going to love it. It's going to be great. So now our onions are sauteing here in this oil, and they're just going to cook probably, 5-7 minutes. Just let them get translucent, let them cook down. Even if they start to brown a little bit, that doesn't bother me. I always like that, so that's yummy. Okay, so our onions are getting done. Now what I like to do, while I'm frying those onions, I'm going to do a pinch of red pepper flakes, and I'm not going crazy with it. You just got to think about what you like in terms of spice. I like to toast my seasonings when they're in the pan. Just makes them a little better. I'm not going to add salt, pepper, and garlic powder until the end. I'm also going to do some Italian seasoning. This is, of course, just a standard store-bought Italian seasoning, but you could use, basil, oregano, that kind of thing, and just make your own thing if that's what you want to do. And finally, look at me go. I hit that pan. All right, a little bit of garlic, and we're not going to let this go very long because we definitely don't want it to burn. So I'm just getting it in here, and all of this is just going to get a nice little toasting together. Is it not sexy? Look at this. Y'all, I'm not kidding you. This is the easiest dinner in the world. I never say no to anything Italian, spaghetti, pizza, any of it, and this is just great. I was almost going to do bruschetta, but I didn't do it. So, all right, so now the tomatoes. Do you hear that sizzle? Oh my gosh! One of my tomatoes tried to escape. You're going to find out that this cooks down really quickly. Okay, as these cook, I am using a potato masher just to mash their guts out. Ain't that sexy? Y'all look at it. So good. We ain't even going in there. And of course, we are not going to leave this on a high heat. I'm going to turn it down to probably a medium, and we will stir all of this in. If it gets to be a little thin for you, add a little vegetable broth or a little chicken broth or something like that. You'll actually keep it going there. And we're just going to let this cook down and let these tomatoes do their thing. I think I am going to add a little of that tomato paste, and we're about to put our pasta on. So the thing about pasta, don't think too big, especially if you're only cooking for yourself, because I'll be honest with you, it's very easy to overshoot the pasta. One of the things I love about my little pasta scoop is that little hole in it. That is your serving size. So I'm kind of a fat guy, so I generally do about a serving and a half for myself, because that's how I roll, you know what I mean, Vern? So I literally put on my pasta just like that. I grab a few pieces, throw them in, probably add a little more for myself, because that's how I am. We'll spread those out so they don't stick together, and in a moment we'll get them into the water. Yeah, just regular old store-bought pasta, because you totally can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes a good whatever. Beautiful tomato paste, which I didn't announce in the ingredients, but I kind of want this to be a little more meaty, I guess. So I'm going to add just a little bit of veggie broth. That's going to cool it down some. And this Cento tomato paste. So nice. It's in the yellow tube. You can find it in your grocery store most of the time. I'll probably put about a tablespoon of that in there. And you'll have a lovely sauce. We'll let this cook down for just a few minutes. If I find some red wine around here, which I don't think so, because in this house, red wine doesn't last very long. But if I did, I might throw a little red wine in there just for flavor. Otherwise, we will come back together when I'm ready to add meatballs, and we'll be ready to dish this up. You can see it through the clouds of steam that are going up here, but I just put in a couple of tablespoons of butter, as I mentioned before. It just cuts down on the acidity of that tomato a little bit without having to add sugar. The other thing that I do, I use a spice blend, which basically is like 1 part black pepper, 1 part garlic powder, 4 parts salt. Mix it together and use that as a seasoning. It's actually Paula Deen's house seasoning. You can find it online pretty much everywhere, but you can use onion powder too if you like that. But I usually do a few teaspoons of that, and then we'll give it a taste in a little bit and make sure it tastes exactly like we want it to be. The other seasoning that I use, as I mentioned, was just a little bit of that Tony Chacher's. It does give a little heat, and I know it's not Italian, it's Cajun, but y'all don't tell. I won't tell. And everything will be good. Now, those yellow tomatoes added a nice orange tinge to this sauce. We're just going to continue to cook this down. No, I didn't peel the tomatoes. I kind of like the peeling in there. Personal thing. If you want to go with regular tomatoes, you can do that. But I'm just cooking this down, and then we're going to toss those meatballs in this, and we will be ready for a beautiful dinner. Yeehaw. Y'all, we're about to do it now. Cat's meowing. Don't care. Alright, so I roasted my meatballs. Look how beautiful, sexy. They're fabulous. Oh, get off of there, you. Alright. And then on the other side, why would I just do anything but put the pasta right there in that beautiful marinara? And then I'm just going to toss it together for an amazing meal. And to be honest with you, I said I was cooking for one. This is probably my lunch tomorrow and my dinner tonight. So, beautiful, colorful, delightful, and delicious spaghetti with meatballs. We will plate it up with our salad, and we'll be ready to eat in just a few minutes. Right. So you are back with Pops in this beautiful spaghetti and meatballs, you know what I'm saying? It's sexy, it's delicious. Got a little Caesar salad over there on the backside. So good. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I know, I'm not Italian. It's hot. I don't know how I'm even gonna taste this in front of y'all, because, girl, it is hot. While you watch me suffer, you could be kind enough to click that like and subscribe. I'm over 100 subscribers now. Can you believe it? That's pretty awesome. You can help me out. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and every time I upload a video, you're going to get it. And next week, you're going to want to be here because I'm making pumpkin soup. It is Halloween next week, and I always do this for my kids. We're making pumpkin soup. We might make pumpkin cheesecake. I don't even know. We're just playing with it. I don't even know. But okay, I'm trying the spaghetti part. You need to do this. I'm just telling you. So good. When you by yourself, and I know there's a lot of single people out there by themselves, and they're like, I'm not going to dirty the kitchen for one person. I messed up 2 pots, a plate. I put foil in the oven so I could bake my meatballs. That's not a mess. You clean 3 things. That's not a big deal. You can eat healthy. You can eat good. And you can do it all by yourself if you're all by yourself. Or have a friend come over and share some of this like double portion of spaghetti that I have on my plate. Yeah. because I don't think I'm going to have any for lunch tomorrow. I think Fat Boy going to eat it. Anyway, I am so happy you stopped by my place. We had so much fun. It's going to be good eating next week. Now, I said I was going to do Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers, and I'm still going to do that, but I want people to be here because it's like not a small recipe. We can't cut those down. Can't chop that one. It'd be too hard. So we'll do that at some point, probably 2 weeks from now. I'm going to do the pumpkin soup and the pumpkin cheesecake, I think, in the next few days, getting towards Halloween. So be watching out for that. Make sure you do like and subscribe. Thank you so much. You're making my life so much better. I like it. Okay. So, anyway, from me, up at Pop's place, all by myself, I'm going to eat this spaghetti, and then I'm not going to be able to walk. So, y'all have fun. Spaghetti, 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 spaghetti.